Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. It is Friday and it's Halloween. So, good morning and happy Halloween. Yes. I am here this morning to speak about this world that we are so graciously transitioning in on every aspect of the map. It's so sad, and my heart really goes out to the ones that just really might need the help. Let's be real about it. Some people that get these snaps is not really in need of these snaps, but the ones that are, I'm sure, outweigh the bad ones. And it is just so hurtful to know that not only the adults, but a lot of children will be affected. I mean, it's coming up Thanksgiving, you got Christmas, heck, even New Year's, and the transition these children have to go through because the government is shut down. It's just ridiculous. But every day, let's just keep everyone in prayer. And I just think that with all the transitionings going around, we need to constantly just be unselfish. It's just time to not be selfish right now, just in the season or just, be in the season of Christmas, a jolly good season, and just give. And I'm not talking about money all the time. I'm speaking of your time, your ear, any little thing. We need to stop thinking about self and just become selfless. Because I think everyone in today's society needs someone. So that's just my thing. Transition can be a means of evolving into something better. But right now, it's looking bad. There's some people out here that saying, hey, it's not going to get any better at their last edge, And if you want to be real, I've been there. I'm sure a lot of ones that will come across my voice have been in that transition period in their lives where you're stuck. You don't know where your next meal is coming from. You don't know how you're going to pay your bills. You're trying to do the right thing. Things are just not working out. Like, Lord, help me. What else can I bear? Bearing burdens is hard. It is. But when you have Jesus in your life, those complications become obsolete. So like I said, transition can be a means of evolving into something better. But we must be sure that our intent of what we're going through or what we're doing through this transition, we must be sure that you're intentional in how you're doing it. And I say that because the enemy always seems to turn up the heat on you when you're going through transition. Okay? You're going to be fighting Satan all through your transition. Get ready. Gear up. It's when you find out how strong you are and how strong your prayer life is. This is the time. This is the time for it now. Seek it. In Deuteronomy 1, we find Moses addressing the children of Israel, reminding them of their journey. He goes over all the twists and the turns of their twerk through the wilderness to help them understand where they've come from and where they're going. I submit that at this point, Moses isn't just trying to help them understand, he's trying to make sense of his own process of transition too. That's just my assumption, okay? He starts off by reminding them of when the Lord told them they'd be stuck for too long. And it was time to move on. God told them which path they'd have to travel and that they'd occupy the same land their ancestors were promised. God told them that. Then Moses has an honest moment. Remember? He remembers how the children of Israel have grown into a much larger multitude than when they started out. And he admits he can't handle their many issues on his own. Remember in Deuteronomy 1 and 12, how can I bear your problems and your burdens and your disputes all by myself? Remember Moses saying that? Therefore, he follows the Lord's directive and appoints wise, understanding, respected men. Read Deuteronomy, I think, 1 and 13. From within the community to help carry the load of the people. Meaning he already knew he couldn't do it himself, just like I can't do it myself. I know this. I only do what I can do. I used to feel bad about it, but I do what I can do because I'm doing my part. But if I can get a network of people and we all are like-minded and we come together, mind-blowing. It could be awesome. But Moses sees this need more than ever while in transition. He sees that need. Like, we should be able to see some needs going on right now while we're all in transition. The world is in transition. Okay? And because when people are shifting from one place to the next, it can be challenging, confusing, and chaotic. And I know that because I've been there. And see, when you're a leader or someone others rely on you, then sometimes your community challenges become your challenges, right? And their confusion becomes your confusion, right? You're handling their problems, you got your problems, you're finding solutions for them. But are you also relieving them of responsibility and accountability? Because, let me tell you, you must be accountable with me. And I just keep it real. I try not to be rude with it, just respectful, but accountability, responsibility is something I live to strive to be each and every day, responsible and accountable for every single one of my actions, as well as others that I come across. So their burdens become our burdens, and we're trying to be problem solvers and solutions and live the right way and do the right thing and just be there and be there. So we don't just have our stuff weighing up on us. We have other people's problems that we also carry as well. But see, we don't see that unless we're in that transition mode. And I just said, when people are shifting from one place to the next, it can be challenging, confusion, and chaotic. Because when people rely on you, everything they carrying can go and pour into you. And you're just spirit wasted and drained. I've been there. I know how it feels. But, like I said, are you also relieving them of responsibility and accountability? Because you must keep people responsible and accountable for what's going on in their life. Okay? It's not our problem. It's something they had to work out and find out and figure out. But we're right there to help them through. But they have to be accountable and responsible, or it ain't gonna work. Now, in a season of transition from better to best, you got to let everybody work out their own salvation. I'll say it again. You've got to let everybody work out their own salvation. Yes, we're called to strengthen our brothers and sisters, and we've been directed to help. Yeah, we've been directed to help them bear their burdens when they are weak. But we're not designed to carry all the load ourselves. And when you think about carrying the load of everybody's stuff, just remember, not even Moses was. Okay? We're not designed to carry all the load ourselves. Moses wasn't even designed for that. So God's not going to give you all of that. Galatians 6:5 says that each one shall bear his own load. Galatians 6:5 says, each one shall bear his own load. Now, some of y'all might be accustomed to bailing everybody out. And of course, you want to help as much as you can. But we shouldn't enable people or prevent them from growing. Instead, encourage, empower, and celebrate them. But hold them accountable to carry their own load in the midst of their transition. And I say that because when I give, I still make sure that people are responsible and especially accountable for where they are right then and there. Because I had to get deep down and dirty with myself. And when you become responsible and accountable for what's going on in your life, in your transition, in your period of whatever, trust me, when you swallow it and accept it, growth. Now, I have a few questions. Would you consider yourself an enabler or one who empowers? Are you an enabler or are you an empower? And I know that as parents, leaders, siblings, whatever, we have a tendency to run to the rescue. But can you think of a time when you intervene, when you should have allowed someone to figure something out for themselves? Because that's a big problem we have. I'm just curious. And can you see yourself transitioning from one level to the next right now? How has the process been? Ponder over that. And then you might want to just also write a list of people you're quote unquote supposed to help and how you think you're supposed to help them. And make note of exactly how much you'll help and where you'll draw the line. Because I'm telling you, if you don't have anything in writing, you're not reading and seeing it, you'll go way overboard and you'll become an enabler. And it's not going to help anyone. And I'm here to let you know that if you believe you're going through a transition, big or small, just list the steps you can take to be successful through it. Even if you have to make a timeline to help you meet your goals, do that. And then always remember to keep God first. Add Him in your daily plans. Let Him be the first thing you do. When you think about it during the day, get to it. Set some times out. Just be consistent. And when you fall off, pick up again. Burying burdens don't help anyone. But we don't need any enablers either. We need encouragers, empowerers. People to help, but not hinder our growth. Till we meet again, let's keep everyone in prayer. And y'all have a great day. And again, happy Halloween.